Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Kiwi Pendant. This is the 1365/60. So there's also a matching wall sconce and a matching singular pendant. You should check those out too because they'll go great with this. And this is actually one of my favorite fixtures from Hubbardton Forge for lots of different reasons. So one of those reasons is it's kind of on the modern side, but it's very organic, which is what I like. It has kind of like this idea of a branch with these little drops of dew kind of hanging from them, or it's supposed to be a kiwi, and this is the piece of glass we'll talk about in a second. But it has that kind of almost like rain falling effect that I like. It's also easy to see through, so you can see right through it, and it's great for applications if you are working with a view, let's say a view of the ocean or the mountains or your grandkids out there, and you just want to be able to see through it, not have any kind of wall effect. This is a good fixture for you. Let's hop into height of it to begin with, size, and we're going to be measuring from the very bottom to the actual ceiling itself. That's called overall height, and that's going to be 27.4. The width on it is coming in at 36.8, and the depth, which is the kind of thickness away from you, is 22.3. So you're going to notice up on that pull-down menu there are going to be 3 different fixed heights for this, and that's going to be measured from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling. It's going to start at 35.9. That's going to be the short. Standard is 48. Long is 61.5. But also we do custom versions of this all the time in lots of different ways. So the custom for shorter than the short starts at 27 inches. So if you have a regular shorter ceiling, you can make this work for yourself using that custom 27. And that'll go anywhere from 27 to 35. You just have to pick a fixed height. We also do longer than the long, 61.5. So if you're coming from a 2-story ceiling and you want to come down, we do that too. How we go about that is you email us and say you're looking at the 1365/60. Tell us exactly the fixed height you're looking for. I take your email, send it to the customs department where an engineer is going to look at it, come back with a quote and a cost. Adds a little time and money, but we do it every day. So this is slope ceiling adaptable in one way. It's going to be along the slope and not down the slope. So if you are working with a slope ceiling, good idea to give me a call or email me so I can walk you through that. Okay, moving on from there, it's 14.6 pounds. It's very light. The canopy up on the ceiling is going to go over your standard junction box, and the canopy up on the ceiling is 15 inches by 4.5. You guys have a 4-inch J box, so that's what you're going to be working with. It'll cover this easily. It's about that thick, the canopy, and that's going to be holding a transformer. It's going to transform your line voltage into low voltage so it safely goes through those little cables. And they're going to go down to 6 what are called GY 6.35 sockets, and they're little tiny sockets that have little tiny holes in them, and they accept a bulb kind of like this, and you can probably barely see those 2 little prongs that push right in. This is the LED version, but you can still go incandescent in this as halogen. So if you want to do a low voltage halogen, it's going to be a T3 20 watt max in each of these sockets. However, you don't necessarily have to go there. If you want it a little brighter than that and want to play around a bit, you can do LEDs, and there's lots of LEDs that will work for you. This is a little tiny cob LED, and this is probably a 40 watt equivalent, most likely. It could be a 20 watt equivalent. It's kind of hard to tell when I don't have the box here with me. But that's something you can do. If you're worried about seeing the bulb in this, because this beautiful piece of clear glass, hand-blown glass from Hubbardton Forge, really, really nice. Diamond cut, great thickness on the bottom. Nice and heavy. That's going to have a frosted diffuser on the inside of it, and this is threaded on the inside of this, kind of like a barrel shape, closed on the bottom. It's sandblasted on the inside, so it's opaque. You're not going to be able to see this inside it. So it doesn't matter what kind of bulb you get. Aesthetically pleasing, don't worry about it. You're going to be able to hide it with this diffuser. It's going to come automatically. And a way to show you a little bit more information about that is we're going to take a quick look at the installation's instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations, instructions, PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you how things go together, very simple. It's going to show you how to put the glass on after you have it installed. That goes on at the very end. After you put your bulbs in, then you put your glass on. But it's going to show you some nice drawings of the canopy on the inside of the canopy setup and how it goes over your junction box. So take advantage of those while you can. And they're easy to get. They're on our site. They're on Hubbardton Forge's site. They're always there for you to look at. Okay, so we'll jump back to this for a quick sec. So it's also a dimmable fixture. You want to make sure whatever bulb you get is going to be dimmable, especially if it's an LED. These LEDs are going to be offered to you in all kinds of different colors. We talk about it in every video. They're going to offer this these LEDs to you on in something called 2700 Kelvin. That's going to be a super yellow light. They're also going to offer these to you in something called daylight. And daylight is not like sunlight. It is not a warm light. It's the bluish white light like in a hospital waiting room or like an overcast day. That's going to be 4000 to 5000 Kelvin. What we like to use in our showroom is warm white, soft white. That's 3000 Kelvin. That's the light that's coming down on me right now from above. These are LEDs up there, and these are warm white, soft white, 3000 Kelvin. So that's what we like to use. These are easy to find, but and you can find them at, like, True Value hardware stores and Ace and where else, like Lowe's and Home Depot. But the really easy place to get these, if you want to, is probably Amazon, quite honestly. There are other bulb sites like Just Bulbs, bulbs.com, 1001bulbs.com. You'll be able to find them, and you want to just do a search, and it'd be a GY 6.35 T3, leave a little space, and then T3, and then LED, and up will pop a big page for you to look at. And especially Amazon's going to be the easiest way to do it, and then you can kind of pick and choose what you want. Just make sure it's dimmable and you get it in the color that you are looking for. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.